The Virtual Boys have been playing Nintendo since they were little. These many years of experience have made them experts in the field, or at least they think so. Join them this week as they talk about all of our 2018 predictions. You're listening to the Virtual Boys Podcast, a Nintendo podcast about Nintendo things by Nintensity. This podcast is done by four friends that talk about anything and everything Nintendo. Check out the website at nintensity.com and be sure to follow us on social media. Be sure to subscribe and share the show with your friends. Oh, of course, enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Virtual Boys Podcast, a Nintendo podcast about Nintendo things. This is episode 80, and I'm your host, David. And as long as I get some Metroid news, I will be content for the entire year. I'm also accompanied with James today.
The game is fun. The game will be delayed.
And Skylar.
With a high-flying spin and a boisterous bash.
And we'll finally get King Knight. Finally.
Hooray! Finally.
Gotta get us some King Knight.
It's gonna be wonderful. His campaign's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be good. It's
stoked, gonna be good. Man. Hey, I love King Knight. He's great.
Yeah. So today, this week's episode is going to be about our 2018 predictions, and I just realized that I wrote 2017 predictions in our show notes that I'm reading off of. I will correct that. But
okay, get this. Yeah. Breath of the Wild will launch at the same time as the NX, and the NX will be called the Nintendo Switch.
No
Boom.
way.
Yeah, predict that one. How about that?
Predicted. So yeah, we're going to talk about what we think is going to happen with Nintendo next year. It should be a fun discussion. But before we start, just want to remind you to check out our Patreon page. These episodes are going up early as a reward, and you can check that out at patreon.com/Nintensity. We've got a little bit of a Patreon community growing, and there are tons of cool rewards to help contribute to the show. You'll also get a special role in our Discord chat, which anyone can join. If you want to talk about this episode and other stuff, you can visit that at ninten.city/discord. Well, let's jump right into our E3. Oh my gosh, I just went back in time to May when we did our E3 episode. Poof. Let's talk about our 2018 predictions. Who wants to go first? Or what should we start with? Should we start with January? Because I think with January, we're pretty much on the same page that there's going to be a direct, right?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. So do we want to go by person or by month or what? What do we want to do?
I think we should go by month, or at least what we think is going to happen. I think that'll keep it more focused. Yeah, let's do that. So what do we think is going to be coming through in January?
Game-wise, or
let's talk about the January Direct. Sorry, I just kind of took a step away. Let's talk about what is Nintendo going to tell us about in the January Direct. I think that it's going to probably focus on the new Kirby game. Is that Kirby Allies?
Yeah. Kirby Star Allies.
Kirby Star Allies. That seems like a game that Nintendo can pump out, within quarter one. It looks pretty much done from the footage that we've seen, even though we haven't seen a whole lot from it. But I imagine that the January Direct will focus on that. We'll probably get the game released in March.
All I gotta say is if this Kirby game's like the past few Kirby games, I'm gonna be all over it. Those games were fantastic. And
that's true.
This one looks like a lot of fun, and you can play, like the player 2 through 4 can play as the enemies again.
Yeah, like
Superstar.
Superstar.
I love that. I love that so much. And the combining of powers is back. That's going to be cool. A lot of opportunities and a lot of puzzles can come out of that. I hope they utilize that to their full potential.
As long as those puzzles don't require me remembering which abilities are assigned to which color, so that I don't come across like a random checkerboard pattern in a level that's like green and black, and it's like, is that Bomb and Spike combined? Or whatever from Kirby 64?
Bomb Cutter? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Bomb Cutter. I don't even remember what that ability did. Wasn't that like the bow and arrow? No, that was the boomerang and the bomb. Anyway, I think
that you've said that, David, they're going to put it in the game.
Dang it. What have I done?
They're going to have a throwback level.
Kirby's suddenly going to be in his Kirby 64 model, and all the enemies are going to be awful. We'll see. We'll finally get whatever the painter's name is back. Waddle Dee will show up, and you can ride on DDD's back. All within the same level. No, but I think Kirby Star Allies is a safe bet for Q1.
Wait, no. Buff King Dedede.
Buff King DDD. Yeah.
Swole to DDD. Swole to
DDD. Yeah. What else do you guys think is going to be focused on in the January Direct?
I might be going out on a limb there. They might save it for E3, but if they have some sort of Smash announcement, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It wouldn't probably come out this year or next year, I guess, but the year after, if anything.
Okay.
You see, if they do come out with Smash, I think that it could fit into their lineup for this year if they're looking at a summer or fall release window. Especially if it goes down the route of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where it's the Wii U version with some of the features from the 3DS version, basically just ported over and called, like, I don't know. It would be weird to call it Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch. But
Super Smash for Switch.
Super Smash Bros. For Wii U for Nintendo Switch Deluxe. That's a great title.
Super Smash Switch.
It's the Ultimate Super Smash Brothers for Switch, for Nintendo Switch.
Exclusively on Nintendo Switch.
Yep. Ultimate Smash Bros.
I do think that we'll get some sort of Smash Brothers announcement. I mean, they worked so hard on the engine for Smash 4 that I can't see them holding off very much longer with bringing Super Smash Bros. To the Switch. Even if it's just, the same version with a couple of tweaks and maybe a few new characters here and there.
I mean, it all depends on if they are porting it. If they are porting it, then yeah, they're not going to wait too long, and probably this year is the year. But if they're not porting it, then it's going to take probably a little later. But either way, even if they are porting it, I don't think they're going to announce it in this January Direct. So in my mind, there'll be no Smash announcement next month.
Okay.
Yeah, I could wait. I could see them holding off till E3.
Yeah. If it does come out in summer, though, or fall, I mean, I'm not saying that it absolutely will, and I'm 100% on that train, but if it does end up releasing in summer and fall, they might give us some sort of teaser, like maybe just an image or some short trailer like they gave us for Metroid Prime 4 or something, and then they save that to focus on it on E3.
I mean, if it's coming like spring or summer, I don't think it'd be a teaser. I think it'd be like a whole trailer for the most part. If it's coming out that soon, don't you think? I mean, because a teaser for like that Metroid Prime 4 had like the game is in development is what that was.
Yeah,
saying.
that's true. Perhaps maybe like a 30-second trailer or a 20-second trailer where it's like they show off all the characters and then they show the Switch screen or something. But then it says
they'll probably
June or July or something.
Yeah, they'll probably I think they reveal like some details, but not go into too many specifics, and then they save that for a direct or whatever. But again, I don't think that they'll announce it in January.
Yeah, I get that. So, well, what else could come in the January Direct? I see that we've got maybe Bayonetta 1 and 2 footage for Switch.
Oh yeah, I think that's a no-brainer because it's coming out in February, and just want to show it off at least one more time before it releases. You want to show at least one more time in some sort of direct and show what you're getting, and maybe show off like, hey, it's it's still 720p or something. I don't know, like
1080, I think.
Oh, maybe 1080. That'd be great.
No, if it does end up being 1080, that'd be great. But recent rumors and reports have suggested that it's retaining the 720p from the Wii U edition.
But it has
at
60
least
frames.
60 FPS.
As long as it's still 60 FPS.
Yeah, and if it's like that still in portable, that'd be ridiculous. But anyway, so I think they'll have that there.
I still can't get over the fact that they announced this at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
And Reggie was just like so nonchalant about it. Like, oh, we have one more announcement, and then goes to Bayonetta 3.
You really think I'd come up here and not have an announcement for you. You really think that? Come on.
While you're at it, let me drive this knife into yours. I'm just kidding. It's like, you really think that me, Reggie, just one game, one announcement? Come on, dude.
Come on, man.
An announcement that a lot of people were counting on anyway with Bayonetta 1 and 2. Here's something else.
It's like, just so you know, Reggie don't do stand up for one game pony. No, I'm here to stay.
To be honest, when he said that, I wasn't like when I saw the moon or whatever. Like it was Bayonetta 3, but when he made the announcement, I thought, okay, it's gonna be a completely new game, and in my mind, I was thinking Smash, or maybe I don't know, maybe something else. But no, they revealed Bayonetta 3, which is amazing, and it was kind of unexpected for me because I expected more Bayonetta 1 and 2. I didn't expect we see 3 for at least any sign of it for like another year. But anyway, that's besides the point.
It's a lot of Bayonetta.
It's kind of like how Xenoblade Chronicles 2 just came out in the first year of the Switch, and it's like, didn't we get like X only a few years ago?
Yeah,
so
I mean,
I understand that.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Here are some of my predictions for January. So we'll get Yoshi Cardboard Cutout. Title is pending. That's not an official title. That's my title.
I like it. They should keep it.
I don't know. There's a lot of cardboard elements, and
they'll give you cardboard Yoshi amiibos.
Oh, yeah.
Made of cardboard.
Wait a minute. That is not a good idea.
You put it in the sink, destroyed, ruined.
Can pull out the NFC chip and just hold it and just have the chip.
It's a special amiibo, so it's of course going to be $19 instead of $13. So
because cardboard is so much more expensive than plastic.
Yeah, man. It takes a lot more to package cardboard in cardboard. I thought you knew this.
Package cardboard with cardboard. Anyway, so yes, that game they'll show it off and they'll announce a release date. And it's probably going to be around April or May, depending.
You think it's going to come out that early?
Oh yeah, totally. I think it's almost done.
I mean, I guess it does look pretty done in all of the trailers that we've seen.
For reals, I mean, I don't remember how Yoshi's Woolly World went, but I mean,
it didn't come out for forever.
Yeah, that took a while. I'll be honest, that did take a while. However, I think that this game looks more complete, and we actually saw them playing through a level, and I think it was during E3 they during the treehouse they played through a level or something like that. So I'm pretty sure that it will come out in May, but I could be wrong. Maybe they would go farther. I definitely think they'll show Fire Emblem for Switch. I mean, this game has been hit the mic again. Gosh dang it! This game has been on the radar since February of 2017 or
something like that, when they had that big direct to show off
right. So
Heroes.
They've been working on it for a while, and whether or not it's always been a Switch version, usually a year time of development for Fire Emblem games isn't unheard of. However, I think they'll take maybe a year and a half. From the announcement. And so I think it will become sometime fall 2018, which is different because they usually released, at least lately, around springtime.
Yeah.
Correct?
So they're like upgrading the Fire Emblem to the winter slots, huh?
and which I don't know. I did like what the slot it was at before, during the springtime, but I think because this is a Switch game that is home console, they're probably going to have to do a little bit more than just chibi art everywhere, but
Please.
I mean, it'd be nice if we could have something like
Radiant Dawn.
Yes, that one. Sorry, it wasn't coming to my mind. Ike's Games.
The Radiance Saga. Yes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So do you think then that Fire Emblem Switch will come out around the same time that Mario Odyssey did, or that it'll come out when Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out? Is it going to be more holiday focused or before?
More fall. It'll be fall. Not kind of. Yeah, I think it'll be October, maybe November. I don't think September. I think that's pushing it. But we'll see. I mean, we don't have an official title for it. But I think usually we see a trailer and then in like 6 months, maybe 8 months time, we get the game. So, and I think it will be released both in Japan and America, or worldwide. It will be released worldwide. So, no worries about that one.
Instead of a year later.
Yeah, that was kind of painful, or has been painful.
Yeah.
And then another one that I think they'll announce. This has been rumored. This one, it's hard to believe that it could happen, but hey, I'm gonna throw it out there. GTA 5. I'm not a huge fan of the Grand Theft Auto. I think it's not really a culture I like. But if you like GTA, that's fine. Whatever, you know. But there's no denying that it is a huge seller for Rockstar Games. I mean, it's their staple, you know.
Yeah.
And giving that to this kind of audience and having that portability would just be phenomenal and almost kind of a no-brainer. So I think we could expect GTA 5 eventually, and it will be obviously not as pretty as, say, what it looks like on PS4 or Xbox One, but it will be a portable version. That will be the selling point.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we got Skyrim, and we're getting Wolfenstein, and all that other awesome stuff.
Yeah,
I don't see why we wouldn't get Grand Theft Auto. So.
Right. I think Doom and Wolfenstein are the biggest reasons why GTA 5 should be on here, other than the first-party titles that Nintendo has already, because those games are rather recent. I mean, Wolfenstein just came out, and so it just shows that big games like these can run on the Switch.
Yeah. Also, one more thing, Namco, I want Soul Calibur 6 on the Switch.
I know.
Screw
it's
you, Namco.
Really?
After everything that Nintendo has done with you in the last few years, really?
It's kind of a punch in the gut there.
I'll put Link back in. Get it on my Switch. I'm upset.
I mean, why? Seriously, get Link in. Put a Fire Emblem character in. I don't care what Fire Emblem character, as long as it's not Tharja or Camilla. Just put him in there.
Don't know Marth, please.
They'll probably either put Marth or Lucina, one of those two. Maybe Chrom.
They'll just put both in, and they're just skin swaps.
Skins for each other. Ike would be freaking amazing. That would be classic. Anyway. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, if they just put in the top male character, I can put top female character, and Lynn, everyone's fine.
Actually, why not? I mean, the fans voted, right?
Right.
So it's kind of a
Fire Emblem Warriors doesn't think that way. Anyway, go ahead.
It's just too bad that Namco. They were saying Ben and Namco was saying, we have these games planned to come on the Switch and whatnot, but Soul Calibur 6 isn't one of them. It kind of boggles my mind. But I do hope that they have something planned, and I'm not sure when they'll release it. Or when they'll announce it. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Tales game announcement this year. I just don't know where to put it.
Please, I could finally get back into the Tales series. I haven't played a Tales game since Abyss on the 3DS. So, and that was a port of the PS2 game.
The last one on PS4 did pretty well from right here, and I just bought it, so I'll play it and I'll let you know if it's any good. But
I'm still bitter that Tales of Graces did not release in the US on the Wii. I am still bitter about that.
Well, hopefully the new Tales will come out and you won't have to be bitter anymore. Because it's on the Switch.
All right. Yes. Please.
Any other guesses for this direct?
I think January is going to be pretty chill, to be honest. Except for these big hitters that we've talked about, I don't think we're going to be seeing any new game announcements. We already have a pretty good idea of what Nintendo's got in store for the next few years. So I think it's going to be focused on what's coming out actually this year with some release dates.
Yeah,
that we don't have.
I agree. All these ones I've said are technically ones that have been announced or are rumors. So
if there's a big announcement, it's going to be Grand Theft Auto 5 and maybe some image of Smash Bros. If they're going to go down that route. So
we'll see.
Maybe I'm not betting any money on that. I'm not a betting man. Sorry.
There was one more I wanted to mention. It's the Nintendo Switch Online info.
Yes.
And I think they'll show that in January. I
think they have to.
Yeah, I agree. I think they have to. But they're gonna be like, we're not ready yet. Again. So we're
still trying to figure out how we can program Splatoon 2 so it's not peer to peer anymore.
They're gonna delay it till summer, but it will be before E3. Wait, the summer. Wait. well, maybe whatever. It will be at the beginning of summer, I guess. But
I think that makes sense.
They'll try to walk everyone through the online.
This is what you can do. Here's the first list of NES games that you can download. Yeah.
You get golf and NES Open golf.
Wait a second. Golf. I get golf now. Golf has been available on the Switch firmware for months.
Wait, you mean Golf Story?
No. NES Golf.
Same thing. Same thing. There are no differences.
So, are we going to see any game releases in January? Is it other than Nindies, of course, and third-party stuff? Does Nintendo have anything slated for January?
Kirby fighting game.
Oh, that's right. They have that 3DS.
Oh, for the 3DS, yeah.
Yeah, for the 3DS. For as far as Switch goes, I don't know. Not really. They were getting that physical version of Rocket League, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. They announced that just this week.
Yeah,
it comes with quite a bit of DLC, like a bunch of cool cars, and I think a new mode that you have to like either pay for separately or unlock. So
yeah, I might pick it up when it's physical. I'm glad I kind of waited, but it was unintentionally waiting. So, so
you just have so many other games that you have to play.
You weren't still not specifically done with Xenoblade. So long, so long.
Yeah, cool. All right, so that's January. February. Are we thinking anything's coming out in February?
Coming out wise, I mean,
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
That's
right.
That's that'll probably be the their bigger thing. But I think we'll get a showcase, an indie showcase.
Yeah, I think we will too. I'm actually surprised Nintendo still has some solid lineups. Even through next year so far. At least one Switch game a month, from what I can tell, besides January.
Yep.
So,
which is a good way to go.
Like.
Which is definitely what they needed to do. I kept saying it since the beginning. If they keep the Switch going all the way through the second Christmas, it's a sold console. It's done. It's it's a done deal. It'll be extremely well and successful, well off.
Oh, absolutely. And so, along with Bayonetta releasing in February, I do think that we'll get an indie showcase in February. I mean, Nintendo seems to be pushing so hard for indie developers to come to the console. I mean, they released like 50-something games under $15 in like the last 4 or 5 weeks alone, and most of them are indie titles. I think that we're going to get another feature on some of the big indie titles that are making their way in February.
I think so too. I mean, it's been working out for them so well before. And I'm sure now they're just getting even more people who are wanting to bring their great games onto the system. That I think it'd be kind of silly that they.
Yeah,
it's almost becoming to that point where like PC is for home gaming, and then if you want a PC on the go, you get a Switch. And then
pretty much.
You can play all of your new indie games on the Switch and take them wherever. Whereas if you want the nice resolution graphics, then you pick up a PC and play them at home.
Yep. As for indie games that I think they'll focus on, I think they're going to put an emphasis on Owlboy. We know Owlboy is coming to Switch, but that's just the one that comes to my mind that we know is coming, but hasn't been released yet. I've played through a fair amount of the game on my computer, and it's a beautiful, beautiful game, and it will fit so perfectly on the Switch. The one thing that people might find a little off-putting about it is its reliance on a cursor, kind of like Stardew Valley has a cursor, but it's like an RPG platformer type game. I guess it's more of a platformer, not necessarily an RPG, but it uses a lot of the cursor, and so I don't think that a lot of people will find that super appealing on the Switch, but it's a beautiful game. It plays so well. It was definitely worth the 5 years of development time that they spent on it. The sprites are gorgeous. It's wonderful. I think that'll be a big focus for the trailer, because I think it's only really out on PC. It might be out on the other consoles. I don't know. I haven't really cared to look.
I think we could see that one on the showcase. I think that's a good guess. I mean, obviously we have Shovel Knight that,
Oh, yes.
Skylar was mentioning, and they said it's a Q1 release. So that could mean it either comes out in February or March. I mean, which would work out probably for the showcase. They probably show it in the showcase, and then a couple weeks or a month later, they released, King
Or
Knight's
later
campaign.
today.
They can do that.
You can download this right after our presentation.
Like the freaking Minecraft for 3DS or whatever. It's like, you can download this as soon as the presentation's over. It's like, oh, okay.
All right, thanks.
I don't know if I want that. I'm just kidding. Thanks.
Then there's also Super Meat Boy Forever. Well, we don't know exactly when it's coming out, though, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
So, but maybe they'll show more of that. I don't know.
It'll come out.
Oh, go ahead.
It'll come out sometime in forever.
Yeah, sometime in forever. It'll be a long wait, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be all these titles that we've probably never even heard of that are going to look great. And probably some that are going to be like, what is this? Why Mom hid my 3DS or whatever that game is.
So my mom hid my game.
That one.
They're just like, thanks, Mom. This is like my whole childhood.
Well, this is my real life.
This is
why
my
am I
real
playing
life.
real life?
I would be playing this game if I could find it.
Good thing it's a digital release, I'm not going to have to find it anywhere.
Oh, my.
No.
Just take the Switch.
Yeah, I think the showcase is going to be really good. It's going to have some good stuff. So that leads us into March. March is probably going to be Kirby Star Allies. I don't think Nintendo's got any other big hitters for March necessarily.
Not that
maybe
I know
Wolfenstein too. Do we have a release date for that? I forget.
No, I think it's going to take a year because I don't think we have a release date for it.
I thought it was early next year.
What did they say? Early next year?
Yeah, but I could be wrong.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be, around the same time Doom released. So.
Okay. It says oh wait, never mind. Forget it.
Oh yeah, they just says 2018 on Nintendo's official website.
Yeah, scratch it. Scratch that.
So. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be an E3 presentation or something.
I would be surprised if they show it off in the first quarter or they release that time. I think they'll show it off in like some September Direct, and then they'll say it's coming out in October or November, and then that will be it.
Okay. I mean that makes sense. So cool.
See, I don't understand why they try to give that game awards when it comes out next year so late. I don't.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like you guys haven't even played it. Like,
excuse
why are you giving awards?
Excuse you, this is a 2018 game.
I don't know what they're talking about. Talk about games on the wrong list, am I right? Like, shoot.
Yeah. So I guess that's March with Kirby. April? What are you guys thinking about April? Is there anything?
Something's gonna come out in April.
I mean,
I don't know what though.
It could be Yoshi, but Yoshi could be May. I don't know. It's either April or May in my book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just kind of perusing Nintendo's website, and it doesn't look like they have anything lined up for April. No, they don't.
Here's something that I think I forgot to mention. Project Octopath Traveler.
Yes.
We don't really know when that's supposed to release. Did they give a quarter for that?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Nintendo's website. It's just slated for sometime in 2018.
So, depending on how far they are taking in everybody's consideration, maybe it could release then, or maybe they wait it for later half of the year. But either way, it's coming out next year for sure.
Absolutely. The game looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's pretty much done, and I don't know how much of
those final adjustments based off the feedback.
I don't know how much of the feedback they took in, but I'm mad. They seem pretty adamant about taking those in. Seem pretty sincere, so we'll see. But that could come out in May or April.
Yeah. Okay, so that's April. How about May?
Yoshi.
We already talked about Yoshi. I think that makes sense. I mean, we don't have any official information, I guess, but I think that works. I really do.
I think around this time is when we'll be getting some. Maybe it was April that we'll be getting some more Nintendo Switch Online info as they prepare for the summer rollout. But we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that takes us up to June, which is E3. What do you guys think is going to be in the E3 presentation?
All the games.
All the games. What does all the games mean? Define.
It's like we gotta get some Metroid in there.
Heck yes.
Gonna throw
at least something.
They're gonna announce some Smash. If it wasn't gonna be earlier, I think they're gonna do it at E3.
I agree. I think they'll show a teaser for Smash.
Smash has to be coming out soon for Switch. Like I can feel it in my bones, Annie.
We got some Breath of the Wild DLC, some more The Last Dulce, right? There's only like one more pack, right?
Well, no, hasn't been a pack announced.
Well,
yeah, we got both packs for the season pass.
I thought there were 3 packs in the season pass.
Let me check.
Was I wrong?
Well, I mean, there were technically there were 3 packs. There was the launch pack, the hard mode pack, and then this champion ballad pack.
Yeah, that's all it was the expansion pass bonus, the Master Trials, and the Champions Ballad.
Oh, I don't think we're
on
going
the
to get
official
any.
website.
I don't think we're going to get any Zelda news this year then. Unless they're really fast at making the next Zelda game. I also don't think we're going to get any new 3D Mario game announcement this year either.
See, now I think that it's possible that Nintendo releases some sort of DLC for Mario Odyssey. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I could see them trying to push it. I think if we do get a new Mario DLC, it'll probably be like 1 or 2 new worlds full of a whole bunch of moons and a bunch of new outfits, especially the outfits. And if they announce it, I'd imagine it'd be announced during E3. And I do think that it could be like, an October rollout for that DLC. And then they can push Mario Odyssey again for Christmas, but with like Mario in a Santa hat or something. And you can get like the complete version of Mario Odyssey or something. I mean, this is all conjecture and I don't necessarily think it will happen, but I can't see Nintendo not at least exploring this idea.
Yeah, it's possible. I just think if they would have done a DLC pack, they would have done it by now.
Yeah, they probably would have announced it.
They would have charged it. I think they're saving all of their ideas for the next Mario game.
I 100% agree with Skylar.
Yeah.
DLC does sound like a good idea, but I think that's because a sequel sounds like a good idea for this game,
Yeah, absolutely.
Just either exploring new kingdoms or going into new places in the kingdoms, So there's a lot you could explore here, and I think it just demands a new game more than DLC. And like Skylar said,
I agree with that.
They haven't said anything yet, so
yeah.
They might announce something for Fire Emblem Warriors DLC too, and if they haven't announced Fire Emblem by this point, they'll probably blow that up.
Yeah,
the first main console Fire Emblem game since the Wii. Yeah, it'll be. I think that'll be a big focus of E3. Did we talk about Pokemon a bit? Like, I think they'll show something for Pokemon. I mean, they teased it at E3 this past year. They'll probably at least give us a trailer or something, like they did with, Breath of the Wild. Maybe we shouldn't expect it to be like Breath of the Wild, where they give us trailer after trailer, and they're like, nah, next year. But maybe we'll get a trailer for Pokemon and Metroid, like we already talked about. Yeah, I would love to see something for Pokemon, at least like, hey, look, here are the beautiful 3D models. Or like what they did with Sun and Moon the first time we saw it, where they just kind of talked for a minute and then showed us some of the artwork and like a scene or something from it. I think that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah.
To see its progress.
You know what, offense to the Pokemon company, though, I'm kind of Pokemoned out right now. Especially after playing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah, you're the one that got both, but
I'm really totally tired of it. By this point, it's like I played both those games to get 4 new Pokemon. What the heck? Anyway, I wouldn't be unhappy if they decided to release that one next year.
Yeah,
a little later.
I think it'll be a 2019 title. Hey everybody, it's your friend David hopping in the middle of the episode like I usually do, just to give you a few updates. Sorry that this episode has come out several days late. It was finals week for myself and a few other of the virtual boys, and it's the holidays, so it's a double whammy in that front. But we've been working pretty hard to get some of this stuff out to you, so hopefully you enjoy this episode about our 2018 predictions. I just wanted to remind you really quick to check out our website at nintensity.com, where you can check out a bunch of show notes for all of these episodes. You can find some reviews and some opinion articles, as well as some of the best Nintendo news. We've also got our Facebook and Twitter accounts, where we've been also posting all of the news and articles that we post on the website, as well as giving you some updates. I'd also like to ask you to check out our Patreon page. I know we talk about this a lot, but it's one of the most direct ways that you can help support the show. Just head to patreon.com/Nintensity and check out some of the rewards that you can get by supporting us. These episodes are coming out early, and now that the semester's over, I'll be able to make sure that it's at least a few days early for those that support us. That's pretty much all I've got. Please be sure to like this show, share it with your friends, help get the word out there, keep the momentum going. We really appreciate anything and everything that you guys do to help us out, and we'll be sure to create some more great content for the rest of this year, as well as in 2018. We're very excited for what's coming. Anyway, I'll let you get back to this episode, and thank you so much for listening. Talk to you later.
My thing is that they're gonna have some sort of theme for this, but they're gonna mix it up in the sense that in the previous 2 years we've already known going into it that it was Breath of the Wild. We already knew going into it was Super Mario Odyssey. This time we're not gonna know. It's gonna be a secret, and they're gonna keep it a secret. And
is it a secret to everyone?
It's a secret to everyone. And when they open up the floor, unveil the curtains, it's going to be a new Animal Crossing world. It's going to be...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
I thought you were going to give us like a Banjo-Kazooie Duck Hunt Dog game.
Come on, no fever dreams. So...
Oh, no! Hey!
Man. A man can dream.
A man can have a cold and dream.
No, I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, yeah, I guess that could happen. No, that'd be cool.
This is like funny. They unveiled the floor, and suddenly F-Zero. I'm just kidding.
and everyone's like, "What?"
And everybody's scratching their heads, wondering
what's
why.
F-Zero? No, I'm just kidding.
What's an F-Zero? Falcon Punch. Captain Falcon.
Wait. Is it pronounced F-Zero or F-0?
F-0.
Which is
it's actually F-0.
F-0. Oh, I love F-0. Anyway, so no, it's gonna be Animal Crossing, kind of like. I mean, obviously, it won't look like New Leaf, but you have the box. Can you picture the box art of New Leaf? So they'll basically take what they have planned for the box art of this Animal Crossing and have it be the atmosphere for the booth for the E3.
That'd be beautiful, and I would cry.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be good. Animal Crossing still does sell very well, and it may not necessarily garner the same fan base as Zelda and maybe even Mario, but I think there's still a big enough fan base that could be a really cool centerpiece type of thing, and so they'll. So during their E3 Direct thing, they will announce Animal Crossing, and it'll be coming out winter 2018. They will have it coming out in 2018. If I can say, if not winter 2018, early 2019. But I think they could pull off winter 2018.
Yep.
I think that'd be great.
Animal Crossing Newer Leaf coming out 2018.
Now that would be kind of a letdown. You have all this time, and it's just a port.
It's like, welcome to Animal Crossing Newer Leaf. We've also made everything trailer parks now.
Oh,
excuse you, Nintendo. You have had like 6 years to work on this game.
And the Yokai Watch Ghost will infest your game, and you have to scan in your amiibo to get anyone in the village.
Oh my gosh, it's Yokai Crossing.
It's Yokai Crossing. That's what's Animal Crossing Kai.
It's gonna be Animal Crossing plus Yokai Watch. That's just gonna be the title.
It's gonna be that.
I mean, that's essentially the same ghost they had in New Leaf in the updates.
You're not wrong.
Stupid Wisp.
So after that, and maybe there'll be some things in between that we'll kind of be like meh about. I can't list on the top of my head, but after that will be definitely the retros game.
Yes,
but it's no way it's coming out this year. Whatever it is,
no.
You know, some people will say it's like Donkey Kong, or maybe they're actually working on Metroid. I don't know.
I'm in the camp that it's a new IP. Like, yeah,
I hear that one a lot too, and I think that's more likely than them taking some dead franchise and reviving it, which would be cool. But I don't know. I feel like it's been this long, and
what franchise would they revive at this point? I mean, I can't see Retro reviving F-Zero. I'm sorry, Skylar.
Earthbound?
Yeah,
but they don't.
Maybe
they don't really have much RPG.
Don't put it past them, man.
Right?
They could turn F-Zero into like an actual full-on bounty hunter game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
yeah.
doubt Retro's ability to make an F-Zero game. I don't know. I just find it hard for them to not have some sort of new IP. I feel like that's the direction they're going. But I could be wrong, and it's just a new Donkey Kong game, which a lot of people will love, including myself.
I don't want a new Donkey Kong from them. I want them to do something different.
Yeah, I wanted something different.
If it's something new, props. I would be very happy.
I would love a new Donkey Kong game, but not from them. Like, we're not saying that we don't want a Donkey Kong game or anything. Like, it would be awesome if we did get a Donkey Kong game, but yeah.
I mean, the Retro Studio has done a fantastic job with Donkey Kong, but like you guys are saying, I want to see something new, and then they can go back to Donkey Kong. I think they need to like kind of pace themselves because with Metroid they kind of pumped those out, and then they went and did Donkey Kong. I think they got to go back and forth between games instead of just like pushing out these. But anyway, who am I to say what they should be doing? I'm just some, guy who's sitting at a microphone. So anyway, moving on. The teaser for Smash is coming, like you guys said, but it's not coming to 2019. Like, the game is not coming to 2019. They're going to
early or late.
That's a hard one. I think.
Because the problem with Smash games, they released Brawl in March. And they released Smash 4 in like November,
September, and October.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could come out anytime.
You're right. It could come out anytime. I think they'll do it like second quarter.
Summer gap?
No, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe May.
Yeah, I'm thinking right around May. That's my guess, but I do think it won't be 2018. It'll be coming out in 2019, and they'll use all that time beforehand to hype it up. Whether or not it'll be a port, I think they'll pitch it as a new game, but it's not going to be as different. It's not going to be as big of a leap as Brawl and Smash 4.
I mean, I don't see why they would like build a new engine after Smash 4. Like, most people really like the engine from Smash 4. It's way better than Brawl's. They spent a lot of time building it. It runs on, quote unquote, modern console. I think they could make a new game just based around that engine, and it wouldn't be that hard to make it. But have, tons of new characters and new stages and enough stuff to make it feel like a new Smash game.
Yeah. But, here's the thing with that is that you have the same thing with Melee to Brawl, but obviously that's a little bigger of a leap, I guess. But they ended up changing the gameplay of that, and then obviously they changed it from Brawl to Smash 4. So I think maybe Sakurai is kind of, maybe like most game developers, they like to change things up, for their own creative purposes. But then again, you're right. This has been the best Smash that we've ever had. And, they put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this. It wouldn't be surprising if they kept it the same. But at the same time, it's developers like to, expand what they do and try new things out. But anyway,
as long as it's called Smash Bros. Frenzy and not Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo Switch, I'll be happy.
At least some kind of accurate, like
some name would
suffix.
Be nice. Yeah,
be great.
Yeah.
And then Pokemon, I don't know. This one is really hard for me to say because usually when they release a Pokemon game, it's like in November, right? Like that's their usually release time.
It's November or during like April, May-ish.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's one or the other. Recently, it's been more November.
Yeah.
But before, like during Diamond Pearl and all those games, it was more April. May.
Okay.
Well, yeah, before all of the simultaneous releases, like it was like months. Like Emerald came out in September of 2004 in Japan, but not until May of 2005. So it's been up in the air the entire history of Pokemon. So lately it's been September, November, but yeah, anyway.
So I'm thinking that they'll probably stick to that time frame, maybe, and we won't get Pokemon until 2019. That's my pick, and Pokemon will be after Smash, by a few months, and then one more thing is we'll see, and this is my last thing for E3 is that we'll see Breath of the Wild DLC for next year instead of a new game, because some people are saying, oh, they're gonna take this engine and make a new game within a year. I think they're gonna create an even bigger DLC package. Will it be new shrines? I think they have like new ideas they can throw in there. But maybe it'll be a new kind of area. Instead of just being in Hyrule, it'll be a new place, kind of like how Termina was, and it'll just be a smaller experience, but still compact with a lot of things that you'll get your money's worth for whatever they charge the DLC.
Now, what about a Pikmin?
Oh, we forgot about Pikmin. I forgot about Pikmin.
Please, Nintendo, please.
Well, this changes a lot of things. Gosh,
I don't think that would come out until 2019 though either.
You don't think so?
Absolutely.
No,
I disagree.
So. Miyamoto takes a long time on these.
True, he does, but he's teased Pikmin 4 since what? 2016?
Are you sure Pikmin wasn't Pikmin 4?
No, I don't think so. I think
I couldn't say it with a straight face.
Yeah, there was like an interview. There was like an interview or something where he said that there was.
He literally said, "I have been told not to share anything about this from PR, but I can tell you it is progressing." Like that's what he said about Pikmin 4.
That's the line. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it next year. You know what? Yeah, let's throw it in E3. We'll throw that in E3. It's a little too optimistic to give it E3 now that I look at it, but whatever. I just didn't know where to put Pikmin. I totally spaced that. Oh my gosh, I feel bad. Yeah, but that's all I can see from Nintendo at E3. Should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So, yeah, let's move on to the Fall Direct, because Nintendo's going to have some sort of Fall Direct. I mean, I agree with you, James, if the Animal Crossing is going to happen, there's going to be a lot more footage, like they've done with Mario Odyssey and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 this year. Mm-hmm. They have to do a follow-up on what they showed off in E3. They could have some surprise announcements or something, So, I don't know. The Fall Direct is mostly going to be a follow-up to more talk about the games that are coming soon, instead of big hitters like, hey, look, we're making another Metroid game or something.
Right, especially if Animal Crossing is coming out in the winter. They're gonna have kind of a thing where they did with Xenoblade Chronicles and ARMS and Splatoon, where they kind of had like a mini direct in the direct, and they'll show some features with that, and they'll also show the Wolfenstein 2 release date, and I think that maybe they'll show something like Fallout. Maybe we'll get like a port of Fallout. I don't know. Yeah. That'd be interesting. Not sure when it would come out. Maybe not until next year. But
yeah, I mean, Bethesda has a lot of faith in Nintendo, and they're loving the Switch, and so yeah, I think we could definitely see Fallout.
Yeah,
like I think it's kind of a given. They spent a lot of time and resources getting Skyrim and Doom and now Wolfenstein 2 to run on the Switch, that they'll get Fallout on the Switch somehow.
Yeah, I
don't see why they wouldn't.
I think so too. I don't know. I wish I could say this is the year that we'll start seeing Bethesda simultaneously releasing big games on the Switch with other consoles. Obviously, I mean that you have to have a game in mind in order to do that, but I still don't think we'll see that yet. Maybe not until 2020.
Yeah. And I think that's true with a lot of big third-party developers. Yeah. Like, we won't see simultaneous releases until, like, at the very soonest, 2019.
Yeah, but 2019 is soonest, but I'm thinking 2020. But yeah,
I agree with that.
2019 would be the earliest.
Yeah.
And then...
what about you, Scott?
Sorry. One more thing. I think they'll reveal another Smash character, and maybe it'll be the Inklings.
King K. Rool, fam.
About time.
Need more villains.
Ridley. No, he's too big. He's way too big.
Ridley's too big, and Olimar's too small. How do you explain this? Come on.
Olimar is at least humanoid, I guess. that must be their.
Well, Bowser's not humanoid, right? I mean,
yeah, I guess. I don't know.
You could make a Ridley work.
Yeah, Sakurai just doesn't want to.
If anyone could be, it would be Sakurai. So
yeah, he could make it work. I just don't think he will.
He doesn't want to. But yeah, we got to get us some King K. Rool, get some Wolf back in there. We just need a few more villains. Just need
give us Crystal. You know, we got to appease the rest of the furries.
No, we don't need Crystal. We don't need Crystal ever. Slippy would be a freaking hilarious character. I would freaking love Slippy just because he's so funny. He would just be the joke character that sucks, but I mean, he would be so funny. He'd be like Dan Hibiki, but in Smash Brothers.
That'd be so great. I'd love that. But yeah, I agree with that. If they do show off Smash in some form at E3, they'll give us a new character in the fall. Maybe some new stages on top of that.
Sure.
Cool.
I wouldn't mind if they put some of the 3DS stages in. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah,
really nice.
There are a lot of good 3DS stages that need to come. Even some retro stages would be fun to have back. You know, that we haven't gotten. Corneria. Yeah.
Corneria's on your 3DS, but not on your Wii.
Oh,
it's like, why? It's not like it was technically challenging. Yeah. Anything else for the fall?
I mean, maybe there'll be like some more of these oddball titles, and maybe they'll throw in some of their Nindies, but they're definitely having, I think they'll also have like a Nindie showcase in September. So that, you know, that kind of frees up some time. So I don't know what else they'll show. That it just all depends.
Were you going to say something, Skylar?
Oh, I was just saying, like, hopefully by then they announce some sort of virtual console.
Oh yeah.
Switch.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So but probably not earlier this year. I think by the end of the year they might announce something about it. That's my guess.
So I actually think that they won't announce Virtual Console. Although as much as I love to hear them, because I think they're going to have... I am a sham, I know.
No, that's upsetting. Anyway, keep going.
No, I think the reason why is because they're going to continue to have online issues. I know, look at me predicting something terrible, but I think that they're going to have a rough start to their online. It's not going to be because people are complaining about how much they're paying per se, but it's that they're just going to have some hiccups, and not everything's going to go as smoothly as possible, and they're going to try to make sure that that everything is ironed out and that it's good, and then they'll focus on the virtual console next year.
Mm.
Yeah, I could see that. I really want Virtual Console. I really, really want Virtual Console. I mean, I love my SNES Classic. It's fantastic. But the idea of being able to play all of these games in one big system, you know, even if I have to pay a little bit extra, is just so appealing to me, and it's so appealing to a lot of gamers, you know, like, yeah, I'd love to play Earthbound on a small tablet screen as I'm sitting on the bus or something, you know, like those types of games. I think that Virtual Console would sell really well on the Switch because of its hybrid nature. So
I do think a subscription of some sort for Virtual Console would be kind of cool, but
I agree with that. I think that would be cool too. But
yeah,
either way, give me old school games on my Switch beyond just the ones that we've seen so far. So meaning the few NES titles that they've confirmed will be coming as part of the online service.
And since it's a portable and a home console, I don't feel as bad. I don't really. I feel like complaining that the GBA games are on the home console and not the portable console. So
there's no point.
I would be fine with both of them now. There's no point to complain since it is both.
I want to play Minish Cap on the go again.
That's why they made the Switch. They were just like they're complaining about not having virtual Game Boy Advance console. Game Boy Advance games on the virtual console for the 3DS stuff like that. Okay, well we'll just make the home console portable, and then they'll be happy. That's a roundabout way of doing it, but okay.
I am happy, Nintendo. I am happy.
I will continue to give you my money because I am happy.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, cool. I think we talked about the rest of the lineup for the year and all of our other things, because I don't think that they'll announce something in fall and then just have it immediately release the rest of the year. So
yeah, nothing big from Nintendo first party wise, at least.
Yeah. So any other thoughts on 2018? I think we've covered it really well. To be honest, it sounds pretty plausible, and a lot of the predictions are probably going to be accurate.
So. Some of mine would probably be more like hopeful than anything else, but whatever.
What are you talking about, James? Your dad works at Nintendo.
Hey, I'm not taking credit for that. That was Arlo's video was really good when he did that. That was great.
It was really good.
Yeah, but no Bayonetta 3. They won't show any more Bayonetta 3. That's gonna be till 2019. And they won't show Metroid Prime 4 either. I think that they're gonna pull Nintendo. It'd be kind of like they tease it, and then they won't show it again until 2019. It's gonna drive people crazy. But
yeah. But I also feel like they might show something, even if it's just like Reggie saying, "Oh, don't worry, we got you," or something, like
what?
Just to reconfirm like that we didn't cancel Metroid Prime 4 or anything. Like there's got to be at least something to make sure that the fans know we're still working on it. Don't worry, I don't know.
I can see them not showing it because it's not ready.
Okay, I mean that makes sense too. Skylar, do you have any other thoughts before we move on?
No, I think the lineup next year still looks good. I mean, this year is just straight up phenomenal, but I still think 2018 is going to be a really good year for the Switch.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. I think it'll still be great. It's not going to have the big, huge hitters like Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. But honest, then again... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
This year probably got a little too much of that.
Probably. I mean, in the entire gaming industry, got maybe a little bit too much of good titles. Like, I swear every month we were hit with something fantastic, even though, of course, I haven't played them all. But
yeah.
So, well, cool. 2018 looks great. Let us know what you think of our predictions, and let us know if you have any predictions, wonderful listener. We'd be happy to hear your thoughts. All right, well, let's move on to what we've played this week. I guess I'll start. I've been playing a lot of Xenoblade still, but I've also been playing quite a bit of Splatoon 2. I played for several hours yesterday after doing some homework and stuff. I'm finally S+ rank in Rainmaker. Was that the one that I did? Rainmaker. That feels really great to finally hit that wall. Of course, I'm only S+ rank 0, so I've got a long way to climb to get up to rank 50 in S+. But oh man, the game gets so much more fun when you get together with people that really know what they're doing. You're not just like sitting there like, why did you freaking reset the Rainmaker when we still have 4 minutes left in the match? Like, we could have pushed it at least some amount. Sorry. But Clan Blitz launched, which is the new competitive mode for Splatoon 2, and that is a lot of fun, but it's also incredibly frustrating right now because most everybody is in C- through B+. So you end up getting on a team, and I swear every time I play, it's like I'm put with the level 10s, that just barely got the game, and so we're constantly losing, and the other team, it's like all of the S+ rank 50s or whatever in all of the other competitive modes, so I just get stomped on, and I'm just like, I know this is a new mode, but come on, please. It also didn't help that they didn't give any sort of in-game tutorial for Clam Blitz. So you get people on your team that are like trying to throw clams into your basket, your own basket. And you're just like, no, stop. You have to go to the other side of the map and throw it into the other basket. Otherwise, both teams would just stay close to base throwing clams into their own baskets. Like, stop. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the game mode. I think it's going to be one of the most fun modes to watch competitively and to play competitively because it requires such a different way of thinking. You'll have people all over the map instead of just grouped up together trying to push something. It's made Stingray pretty much useless in this mode because there's not like the Rainmaker or the tower that you can aim at and for sure kill somebody. It's changing up the meta a lot, and it's going to make it a lot more diverse. People are going to have to learn different weapon sets, different ideas, and I'm very excited to see where this goes in the next few months. It's a wonderful update, and I'm very proud of Nintendo for doing it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
I'm part of one of the competitive Splatoon 2 Discord servers, and so I'm constantly like reading theories and thoughts and weapon loadouts and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be fun to watch. Anyway,
yeah,
so, Splatoon 2 is a lot of fun. I'm grateful that they gave us a new update, made the game fresh again.
To be honest, like if we didn't have new game after new game, I'd probably still be playing Splatoon 2, but I probably still wouldn't get to the competitive, not because it's not fun. Like the modes are fun. I don't know. I am not a huge competitive person, I'm a competitive person, but I'm not when it comes to video games. Maybe because I suck at video games, but I think there's something about playing online that just kind of gets me not happy. And even when I win, it's kind of like, oh goodness, oh great, I won. Now I got to play again. I don't know. Like Splatfests are fun as well, but I don't know the whole ranking, and I guess also it's also having to deal with what stuff is the best, what weapon's the best. It's like, but I want to play with this one. Well, that's not very good. Well, okay.
You mean you're telling me you're running with Respawn Punisher on your gear? What? That one's not even useful anymore.
I don't know. It just gotta happen.
It's like I look fresh,
but the shirt is nice. It's like step off.
So anyway,
I'm actually pretty lucky. Like the headband that I use, the headgear is the headband from the very beginning of the game. I just got super lucky and got 3 swim speed up on it, and it's ink consumption down, which is just wonderful for the Splattershot Pro.
Nice.
Anyway, I'll stop nerding out about competitive Splatoon.
Yeah, I've just been playing Xenoblade 2 still. Me and my brother ran through Halo 1 again. Well, not again, I guess. We ran through Halo 3 last week. We ran through Halo 1 yesterday. Man.
You going to Halo 4 next week? Kind of jumping around?
We're playing Halo 2 this week, so we started that earlier today. We're having a lot of fun with it. Man, like, not growing up with an Xbox and now playing on the Xbox games, I can kind of see what we were missing out on. We did switch the graphics back to normal graphics, though, instead of the new enhanced ones, because it's way easier to just see where you're going. The new graphics, everything is so dark and grungy.
I hate that.
But yeah, you go back to the original graphics, and I'm like, okay, so this is why Halo stood out.
Yeah. Oh, this is why all of my friends in high school loved it.
It's like, and look, 343 Industries, ever since, no, I'm calling you out here, ever since you kind of took over the Halo franchise, I haven't enjoyed it as much, like all the 343 games. So I like the Bungie stuff. They knew how to make their game.
I agree. Totally. I remember playing Halo, with friends and having a blast. Then trying to come back into it, it's just not the same. But I don't know. People still enjoy.
One of my fondest memories was getting together with one of our youth groups in my neighborhood. We went and played Halo 2, and I had been playing Metroid Prime like crazy, and so I had never played Halo before. I learned the controls, and all of a sudden I was like crushing all of my friends that had been playing Halo, and I'm like, this game is easy. I was so stubborn. I was so cocky as a kid.
Don't get cocky, kid.
Well, Metroid's a little bit faster than Halo, just a little bit. Halo's are pretty slow as far as shooters go. Especially after playing Doom and like Halo, you're just like, oh my gosh, why do I move so slow? But like Doom guys like running up freaking million miles an hour. But it's still really good. It holds up really well. It's probably just because I switched to the original graphics that I said that though, because the first time I played through it was with the new graphics. I was confused. A lot about where to go. I'm like, I don't think Halo's as good as people thought. Nah, I was wrong. I was just playing on the wrong settings. So
cool.
Good time.
Yep, awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
So,
how about you, James?
Yeah, I've been still playing Xenoblade 2. I mean, it's probably gonna be like this for a couple weeks. Hopefully, I'm trying to work on a video, kind of an impressions video, maybe. We'll see. It's a bit of a review kind of thing. But anyway, hopefully that will come up within the next week or so. I don't know. Hope you guys like it. And then just mainly been playing Xenoblade 2. Cool. What was I? Oh, yeah, I wanted to bring up we were talking about how maybe there was too many games in 2017, like too many big games. Someone mentioned that, I remember.
Yeah.
So I feel like Xenoblade coming out when it did, it's fine. However, I think it could have benefited from maybe a couple more months, maybe a month in the polishing oven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree, especially with the patch update that we're getting in a couple of weeks. It's like all of that stuff is stuff that I have noticed in the game that I wish that they would have fixed.
Yeah,
that should have been like in the game day one. But
right. I mean, there's some things understandably you don't know until the people get their hands on the game.
Yes,
but I feel like there's just like technical difficulties that it has. That's not frequent, but it happens now and then, and it is noticeable when it does. That it's kind of like, well, maybe they should have tried to polish this up a little more. And I'll admit the it's a gorgeous game, but there are times where you feel like the graphics could have been just a little bit better, and you feel like the Switch is better than this. They could have fixed that, but that's just me.
My favorite is graphics loading. So I love it when the textures just ain't there yet, or the floor is missing when I zoom to a place. That's pretty nice. That's pretty good.
It happens when you leave the area in the final chapter. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, and then you come back. All of a sudden, it's like nothing is loaded, and you're just kind of standing in a void for a second, and you're just like, okay, this is bad. But it's also really funny.
Now, if I can't see those clouds all the way down there at the bottom of the screen, it's not good enough.
No, I mean, but yeah. I mean that one to me, like when you're fast traveling, I don't think it's a huge deal.
I
because
don't think so.
It's not necessary at first, because eventually it will get there. Like,
well, I mean, I did say I liked it, so I mean.
Yeah. Well, no,
it's nice because it loads really fast and you can like start moving and you don't have to wait for all the textures to load, and it's kind of fun to see like all of the basic textures that underlie everything. It's kind of cool.
And I wasn't saying you didn't like it. I was just saying that I've heard that complaint before. And
I get it.
And go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
The only time I don't think it's okay is when you salvage.
The salvaging, I find that's bad, because there'll be moments where Rex not even there, and he's just like, "Okay, I'm ready to go." Rex, you're not here. Where are you?
Rex, what?
Rex, where'd you go?
And he comes in and he's like polygonal, whatever, and it's like, man, wait, you gotta load a little bit. Hold up.
Like,
why are you just a wireframe?
This wireframe is just like running to the edge, like janking. This T-posing wireframe. I'm just kidding. No. It's kind of, that part's a problem. I don't mind it when it's loading and they get you into the area faster and everything loads.
Yeah.
That's fine. I just have a problem when you salvage. It shouldn't be reloading every time you salvage.
I agree. I totally agree.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's that's where it needs the more polish. And even in moments when you're in the middle of combat, like it doesn't like it's not like as bad as when you're salvaging, but I don't know. Sometimes there's just these technical difficulties that it stutters or the audio drops or maybe frame rates or whatever. But it's I don't know. It's not. It could use more time. Anyway, sorry to keep going on that, but I think
one example of that you just said. I was running through this huge area, and then I got spotted by a really harsh enemy, like a really high level enemy. But I didn't know. I couldn't see him, and then he just phased in. I was like, "What? You can't do that! He's freaking ninja over here. Rolls 30 on his stealth roll. I can't see him. He just shows up out of nowhere and just murders me one shot. I'm like, what the heck, man? Didn't even see that coming. Screw you, game."
Whoa.
But it's a problem.
Yeah,
it needs to be fixed. Maybe if they had those patches like they did with X, where you had like 4 1 gigabyte patches that help you load things faster.
Yeah, maybe
that would be nice. But then again, Nintendo makes the cartridges, I think, the fastest of all the methods anyway. They like throttle the internal load speeds, or maybe I'm thinking of it backwards. Like the SD card is the lowest speed or something.
So the lowest speed is actually cartridges. The cartridges are lowest speed.
Really?
Yeah. If it's on the console, it's fastest. If it's a SD card, it's second fastest, and then the cartridges are the slowest. According to what Jordan was saying.
Interesting.
So.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned X, and I don't know. Just maybe to just bring this up, I feel like X had a lot more polish to it when it first released. Then again, it released in Japan like a year before it did in the States. So
and they also did release those 4 gigabyte one,
right? And they had those patches too. So but like day one. So I don't know. I think it would have been a great idea if they had held it off for just a few months. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. Maybe you miss out on Christmas, but I still think it would have been smarter to release it later. But at the same time, it's still a fantastic game so far. That is a complaint, but it's not gonna take away from my complete enjoyment of the game.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good game. It's really fun. So cool. I guess that's what we've been doing this week. So I think that'll do it for us this week, folks. And I almost tripped over my own tongue, I guess, there. That was weird. Before we end this episode, just like to thank you for joining us. Your support in listening and sharing the episode really means a ton to us.
And Skylar just released a new song. I don't remember what it is. I probably should keep it handy.
Prayer to the Gods.
Yes, it was inspired by Twilight of the Gods from Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia.
Nice. Yeah. I mean,
it took me about 20 hours to finish balancing the 20 plus tracks in it. But it was a lot of fun. It's one of the projects I was doing at college here.
Well, you could tell you put a lot of hard work into it. The vocals sound amazing with it. It does feel like you're going into an epic level of a video game. Maybe some RPG or some JRPG or something like that. It's pretty fantastic, and those horns, it's a nice touch. I like it.
So, just for people in the D&D group, look forward to the final boss.
Sweet!
So,
I need to come then.
Anyway, that wrote the music specifically for that section of our campaign. So,
yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Gonna be cool. I hope I can make it.
Well, if you want a sneak peek of that, or if you just want to listen to it in general, you can go to his SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Skytar, but that's spelled with a 5, not an S.
Yep. The links for all of this stuff is in the description /show notes. And we'd also like to shout out to our patrons, Chris, Chase, and Ratmvp. Thank you so much for your continued support. If you want to join them in supporting us, be sure to check out patreon.com/Nintensity. One of the big rewards is getting these episodes early for supporting us.
And I'd like to invite you to join our Discord community. We're trying to set up a fun place for people to visit and hang out. Head to nintendo.city/Discord to join us today. We can discuss various topics such as the what was it today that we were talking about? The current internet net neutrality, and a few other things such as which Zelda amiibo is best. So
yeah,
various
we have some good fun.
Good fun.
So, well, thank you so much for tuning in to the Virtual Boys podcast this week. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us on iTunes. We'd also remind you to check out our website at nintendcity.com, where you can find news, show notes, and more. This week's show notes are available at nintend.city/EP80. Man, I still can't believe we're in the 80s. We're getting good at this. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye, you good people.